Anemia is often associated with lack of enough blood. However, there is a kind of anemia called aplastic anemia, which is more severe, that takes a toll on the body's system.
Basically, aplastic anemia is bone marrow failure. Some of the symptoms would be due to anemia, that you're not able to transport oxygen from your lungs to various body tissues, so you get very tired, you have shortness of breath, your mucous membranes look white, and sometimes you have awareness of your heartbeat because the heart has to beat faster. When you have reduced platelets, you start bleeding easily. Yeah? So you bleed, you brush your teeth, and 2 hours later, you're still bleeding.
Nathan Mutembei narrates the ordeal he goes through with his condition.
When the levels of my blood were tested, they were very, very low. Actually, and that is 3 platelets, and the normal blood was around 4. For a normal human person or a grown-up, it should be 15. I was very weak. I couldn't walk from, in my bed to the stairs. So from St. Francis, that is when we did a test on bone marrow. And we realized that bone marrow is no longer working at all. It is not able to produce platelets and blood cells. That's when, that is when you realize things are thick, especially when you are told that bone marrow has an issue. And when you are told it is an issue, now you ask, what is next for me? Is it death?
When his platelets are low, he experiences bleeding of the gums and his eyes are bloodshot, among other symptoms, effects that come with the condition.
The biggest challenge when I was discharged by the doctor at that time, I was told, now you have to be very careful even when you're walking. Because the moment you fall, your blood won't clot. And when your blood doesn't clot, it means what I feel. Another challenge is that I cannot go to kinyozi. I can't go to my barber. Because one day, when he is doing the shaving you, the machine might trip and cut you.
Having to undergo feet reconstructive surgery in order to walk in his childhood, diagnosed with poliomyelitis, pancytopenia, he says the treatment is somehow brutal.
The only thing to sustain your life is now through transfusion. There is nothing else. When it gets down, you come back to the hospital, you do transfusion again.
However, Nathan says that aplastic anemia can be treated in India, although through bone marrow transplant, which is estimated at about 6.5 million shillings.
I'm still urging Kenyans of goodwill and to support me and get a medical, a medical fund so that I can, go back to my feet and working again.
Although for Nathan, disability is not inability, he has had diagnosis after diagnosis with numerous challenges and calls upon Kenyans to come to his aid. Harriet Chimea reporting for Switch TV.